Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Took a little break from bikes. As some of you may know, I wasn't real thrilled with the new beta that released. It's kind of wore on me a little bit. I still don't really care for it a whole lot, but that is not what this video is about. This video is about what happened today with the MXB Shop first release for Ariel's outdoor series. It was a pretty rocky start, as we all know. But I just wanted to talk about it. And first things first, I want to say that, yes, I am a moderator in MXB Shop Discord. But what I want to make very clear is that, for one, I am not being paid by them. And for two, pretty much everything that's going to be talked about in this video and said by myself, a lot of it, the majority of it, is going to be based off my opinion, off of Barber's opinion. So please don't think that I am speaking for MXB Shop. I am strictly just going to be talking about how I feel about things and how it went today. As some of you may know, about a year ago, I made a video talking about paid content, maybe the possibility of it coming to MX Bikes. It was me just spitballing some things, and I was just looking at the direction the game was headed in, and kind of thinking, well, paid content might be something to do in the future. So anyways, I only say this because that I'm just letting you guys know that I believe in what MXB Shop is trying to accomplish here, and if I can be there to help out, then I'll help out for sure, because I truly feel it's for the betterment of the game. So anyways, we'll get into the video, and we'll just kind of talk about things and go over the possibility and the future of MX Bikes, and how I feel about it, and see where it goes. All right, guys. So, I mean, I guess the first thing that I would really like to talk about is MXB Shop and what it is and what their goal is. Because I feel like some people may be getting the wrong idea on it, and not quite understanding what it's about. But you know, it's always a touchy subject or messy to bring money into things, and I can understand that. But you know, the whole point of MXB Shop and the whole point of, you know, me bringing up what I talked about a year ago is just, it's to give these content creators a place to go and to, you know, get thanked for their content that they're creating. I mainly, you know, would say for tracks for now. I don't know what's going to happen with gear and bikes and all that stuff, but you know, these guys put a lot of time into making these tracks. And a lot of the guys that are really good at it have kind of just given up, because there's only so much they can do before they get burned on it, and totally understandable. None of them came into making these tracks to make money. They started out just like any of us start out at anything, for the most part. You know, you get into it because you enjoy it, you have fun doing it, but you know, eventually you get tired of doing it, so you end up moving on. So the whole point of MXB Shop is to try to keep some of these content creators, track creators around, to keep them engaged within the community, and make them want to stick around and keep making tracks. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have tracks, then we're not going to have a game. So the one thing about it is these tracks, they will not be, there will be a cap on them. In other words, for how much these vendors or creators can ask for their tracks or content. So that is to try to stop any type of price gouging on anyone. And that is the, you know, that's the main thing in place, is, you know, there's going to be a cap on it. So, you know, it's going to be, you know, $1 to $5, whatever it is. $5 being maybe for a track or a big compound that has multiple raceable tracks on it, you know, things like that. Or maybe if it's 10 or $15, if it's that high, that would be probably because it's a track pack, with multiple raceable tracks, etc. And to make this clear for those of you, these people that will be allowed to sell, it's not going to be easy to become a vendor. You're going to need a lot of background. You're going to have to be known for your quality of work, right? I will not be the one choosing this. Once again, this is me talking about this and from what information I've gathered. But yeah, these guys are going to be vetted. They're gonna make sure that, for one, they're trustworthy, two, that they make quality content, and three, that they are going to be active in, you know, fixing any type of problems that maybe the track has. Also, these tracks, let's just say, for example, Billy Bob is a vendor and he's going to upload his track because he wants to try to sell it. He has been accepted as a vendor onto MXB Shop. So he would upload this track. And then these tracks, every track, doesn't matter if you're accepted as a certified vendor or not, every track still be vetted, will still be gone through by a team and make sure that it is up to standards. And, you know, it's up to the standard of what MXB Shop wants to have on their site for sale. They don't want to just allow any track or any content to be just thrown on there and sold unless it is of quality. So all of these tracks are going to be of quality. They're going to be vetted thoroughly, every single track. And it's going to be kept fairly small. You know, it's not going to be easy to become a vendor. You're going to have, like I said, you're going to have a lot behind you, a lot of background behind you. And sure, there's going to be some guys that get accepted right away, and there's going to be a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people that get turned down. But what we hope happens with that, or what, you know, I hope especially happens with that, and the plan is that people that get turned down, sure, a lot of them will get discouraged, but those that are taking it seriously and they're like, you know, this is what I want to try to do. I mean, I really like making tracks. I feel like I'm good at it. They will continue making tracks and getting better and being released for free, just like they always have been. And, you know, eventually, if their track record becomes good enough, then they will probably get accepted to become a vendor. So, you know, it's truly, here's the thing. I want everyone to please understand this. It is not necessarily just about the money. The money is just the incentive to keep some of these guys here that do quality work and keep them happy and enjoying doing it. And they're not crazy about wanting a bunch of money, but I can understand, you know, you do things for so long, you get tired of it. And then maybe you make a couple tracks and people don't like them and they're all commenting on how they're shit and all this. And it's like, I just spent 6 months working on it. And, you know, that people get burnt out on it. They're like, well, why even really put a lot of effort in it? You know, it's, you know, some of these guys, they'll make tracks, spend 6-7 months on them and however long and all kind of time. And they post it up. Everyone loves them. They play the hell out of them all the time, but you know, they don't really get anything out of it. You know what I mean? So it's going to be nice to keep these guys around and keep them motivated. And at what cost, you know what I mean? There's still going to be tons of mods uploaded to MXB mods, tons of mods that are free, but there's, you know, the quality, really premium stuff will probably, you know, a lot of it will be on MXB Shop. And, you know, I personally, right, I don't see the big deal with spending $1 to $5 or whatever on a track or a couple tracks, you know, when it's going to somebody, an average Joe, just like me or you or whoever. You know, it's going to somebody that probably a lot of people know and talk to. It's not some huge AAA company, and we're helping them out. They're helping us out, giving us something to do on the game we all like playing. So I don't have a problem with it. And I feel like people that do have a problem with it just don't actually understand how much work goes into these tracks and things like that. So I highly encourage you, if you're one of those people that just like, is upset about having to pay for a track, whether you're 10 years old or 50 years old, please go try to make a track. Go try to make a track, see what it takes to learn to do it, and then come back and tell me how you feel about it. All right, so now that we've kind of got that out of the way, talking about MXP Shop and how it's going to be for tracks and stuff like that, and the vision with it, kind of want to talk about what happened today with the release of the aerial motocross track. I was actually wasn't surprised with the reaction from a lot of people. There was a lot of supportive people, but there was also a lot of people that did the kind of what I expected them to do. The sad thing about it is I saw a few people that were probably around my age, you know, probably late 20s, early 30s, that were screaming and crying like they were 12 years old. So once again, these are my opinions. I'm just what I'm talking about. I was just disappointed in it. Did I expect it? Yeah, I did, but I was a little disappointed still. But so, you know, these tracks and the amount of time that Stone Rider has to make them is very small. You know, when he does the Supercross ones, it's a lot easier. You've got a just flat ground with not a bunch of height map. You've just, you know, it's just a stadium with flat ground. You build your track in it with jumps and berms and all that. Whoops. It's fairly simple compared to when you get to an outdoors track where you've got different elevations and textures and all that, you know, a lot different maybe objects. So you know, he's got a week in between to build these tracks, and you know, a lot of these guys that build tracks take months to do them, you know. But Stone Rider's putting in the work, and I was just disappointed with what happened today with how people were acting. You know, Stone Rider and the rest of the group, you know, they have. I want to name drop, but I'm not going to name drop. I'm only talking about Stone Rider mainly because he made the track. But these guys, a select group of guys, have been around in this community for years now, literally years, multiples of years. And they have been creating content, tracks, you know, gear, all this stuff for absolutely free, which is awesome. They have been hosting the Premier Pro Series races for absolutely free. You know, all these tracks they're making free, everything just free. And then they don't own MX bikes. They don't make any money off of MX bikes. But you've got these people that come in, and you would think that's what they think, I guess. I don't know what they think. It's crazy. The one time these guys try to do something a little bit for themselves, making a little bit of money, it's $1.50 for the track. Not only are you paying for the track, you're paying for this series, Premier Series that you're able to race in, that is kept track of by points and standings and all this stuff by them. They've got multiple websites. They've got dedicated servers. They do so much stuff. And the one time that these guys have a little bit of an issue, people start acting crazy over their $1.50. But I guarantee you, a lot of these people, for lunch, for dinner, breakfast, whatever they did today, probably spent more than that on a hamburger, for sure. On a greasy, cheesy hamburger and some fries, or a monster from the store. So I was just disappointed, and I want everyone to just take a step back and look at what these guys are doing, what they have done for years for this game, for this community. And, you know, try to just have a little bit more respect for these people. They don't have to do any of this. They don't have to. I don't see anybody else doing it like they are with the quality that they're doing it. Sure, I see a lot of other series. I've been involved in helping run a few different series. Backyard being the biggest one. But look what happened to us. Vox and I, we and Paradox and Mojo and everybody, mainly Vox and I were the ones that got burnt on it. But, we ran this series and we weren't even making the tracks. We're using tracks that probably some of these guys made. And we got burnt on that alone just from streaming these races, keeping track of all the standings, doing all this. I mean, that is a lot to do. Also, let's look at the NAOC series that was ran by, I believe, Eruption. And by the end of the series, the guy was done. He was toasted. He was like, I'm done with this. It's a lot to do. But then you have all these other people in here that just come through screaming and crying whenever they don't get their way. And it's just, I feel like that's a huge problem with, I don't know, this whole generation, multiple generations, I guess, but just with people in general, is that they just feel so entitled to things. I mean, because even this kind of stuff happens when the races were absolutely free, all the way free. People crying because something may get postponed or something on the track isn't perfect or whatever. People just screaming and crying when the guys that are doing this aren't making any money. They're not, I mean, they're literally not even affiliated with the game. They're just people like me and you that started playing. They got really interested in it and started making things for the game and got good at it. So I would know. I would really like for everyone to just take a step back and really think about what's going on. At the end of the day, it is just a video game. I understand that you may have paid $1.50, but is it really worth losing your mind over? Especially when these guys for years now have been doing everything for absolutely free. And this game that all you guys play and love and everything else wouldn't even be at the level it's at right now if it wasn't for most of these dudes. So, I don't know, guys, just something to think on, It's just, you shouldn't feel entitled. And I said this in one of my last videos. This is like feeling entitled to something is one of that's the worst person you can be. So, especially for $1.50. I know there's a bunch of you that play other video games, right? How many times have you guys spent, $60 on some AAA title like Battlefield or Call of Duty or whatever it may be, and on release night, it's absolute trash. Servers are trash. Can't play a game. Laggy, whatever. That's what happened today. The guys thought they had it all figured out, put it out in everyone's best interest. They weren't doing it to screw anybody over, and had some complications. It is what it is. Now, if this is still happening, a few rounds in and there's still these issues, then yeah, maybe have a little bit of, have some things to say. But, this is almost like the beta stage of this right now. It's what it's like. It's like buying a game that's in the beta stage, except it's super, you spend $1.50. So I don't know. I just really wanted to make this video to shed some light on things and maybe try to help some of you pull your head out of your ass, because it's absolutely ridiculous, some of the things that I was reading today. I'm all for I'm all for speaking out on how you feel, but what I'm not for is doing it to the wrong people. And these guys are the good guys. I can tell you that. These guys have everyone's best interest in mind. So anyways, I guess that'll be the end of the video, guys. And I hope to see you guys around. And once again, I think once we get over this hurdle and everything starts working like it should, we are going to really start seeing some cool stuff made for this game. And I'm super excited for MXB Shop and what it can be and what it hopefully will be. So be on the lookout for a lot of cool stuff, because I know there's already some track creators. I won't mention any names, but there's track creators talking about coming back and starting to make some cool shit for us to play on and write on. So all right, guys. So finishing up, thank you so much for watching this long, if you did. And I just wanted to make this video to try to clarify some things, shed some light on what's happening, and try to clear up any murky water that there might be between people or whatever, and how they feel about this. Just know, I want you guys to take from this and to understand that everything that is being done has been strategized and in best intentions for everyone. It's not just some cash grab situation. When I brought my idea to a bunch of these guys a year ago, a very similar idea. I don't even make tracks. I don't make anything. Like, I skinned a couple some gear before or whatever, and it was terrible. But I brought this idea because I truly felt like, damn, this could really benefit the community in a lot of ways. So please don't just get stuck on just that tunnel vision of money, because that's not exactly what everything is about. So and the prices, I feel like, are very fair anyways. So and the one other thing is, please, guys, you guys know me. Those of you that do know me, you guys know that I have, I don't really hold back whenever I have things that I believe in. I'll say it, and I think that's how it should be. I think everyone should should stand up for what they believe in. But please, like, think about it and think about who you're targeting before you do it, because some of the things I saw today towards these guys was totally uncalled for, and couldn't have been more wrong. These guys, once again, they have done this for years for completely free, just helping so many people. There's so many series that would never even be ran if it wasn't for them, and even their series that they run, some of the best in the game, probably the best in the game. So, guys, just think about it before you say something, and remember what these guys have done over the years. So, anyways, guys, once again, thanks for hanging out. And if you would, please drop some comments down below. Like, dislike the video, it doesn't matter, but I would truly like to see some comments down below on how you guys feel, if you like the video, whatever, any constructive criticism on this and on any of it. I would love to see it. And that's another thing, if you guys have something negative to say, bring some constructive criticism to the table. Don't just blurt out some crap. Give something to work with, something to go off of, something to change, if a reason to change. So anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out.